Welcome to the Let's Dance live stream. We are so excited to be here and show you what we have been doing over the last month for Cruinniú.
Yes, we are so excited. So thanks to Dance Ireland and Creative Ireland, thanks to them, we have had a chance to work with the dance company Human Collective and other young dancers to experience new styles of dance and create new performances.
Throughout Let's Dance, young people from across the country met up for weekly workshops over Zoom and learned new styles, new ways to create dances and try new things.
Yeah, like creating our own performances. I know I really enjoyed the workshops and I learned a lot about myself and how I move and how they kind of work together. Was there anything that surprised you?
For some reason, the fact that the dance is there's so many loose movements and there's no rules with this style of dance. And I just love that, and it really fits in with the style of dance that we are doing at the moment. What really surprised you?
Again, like, it's just the fluidness and the looseness, like you mentioned. And I don't know, I want to get our remote hosts in to hear what they have to say. Let's see the video first. Let's see what's.
What's really interesting at times is actually just trying to think of different ways. Just like last week, we played with textures and speed, mix the movement. Does that make sense, everybody?
Attract, one, praise, and now flick, and pull around. Stop, right here, down.
I've improved so much as a dancer. Matt and Jack were amazing. They were such amazing choreographers, such amazing teachers, and just such amazing dancers.
Some of the things my classmates and I learned include exploring new textures and modes of control and stillness. Some of the things we most enjoyed were free movement, improv, and a new virtual way of dancing and in meeting new people. It was also a challenge we enjoyed expressing through new movement forms. We all typically dance ballet, so exploring areas beyond our comfort zone was new originality.
I am mainly a ballet and contemporary dancer, and I rarely do hip hop, but now I feel that I have improved so much in my hip hop, and I can also add this new style that I've learned to my contemporary dancing.
Revisit it, repeat it a few times, and just keep thinking of different ways that you can almost remix the movement. Does that make sense, everybody?
Also, can I just add, guys, the limbs can also help you.
Think about addressing, first of all, just your levels, you know? As you get confident with that, start to, as Matt was saying, find ways that the head will lead into the shoulder, into the hips. And basically, you're just going to keep coming up with different journeys, going up and down. Now, if that has to start off with just using your head and getting used to kind of where that takes you and being to the floor, and even if you get to here and you're like, right,
I just want to say a big thank you to Matt and Jack and to Michelle and to everyone who's involved in this project. Like, it was it's just amazing. I'm so excited to see it all put together.
A big thank you to all involved for this great experience.
Alright, so those were a few great snippets from what we were up to. And now we're going to be joined by some of those dancers from the Let's Dance project. Hey guys! Let's see ya. Where are you? Hey! Amazing to see you. So, after watching those clips, you've had a little refresher of all the stuff we've been doing recently. Can you tell us a bit about your experiences with the workshops? But first, introduce yourself, your dance company, and tell us what you loved about the workshops. Let's start with Jenny. What surprised you?
Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm from LYDC in Limerick. I guess the energy that was there when you were in the workshops, it was so energetic, and the personalities of Matt and Jack, like you could just feel it through the screen. You feel like you're in the room with them, and I feel like that was something I didn't really expect when doing a workshop online.
Absolutely. And do you think that in any way affected how you danced or your kind of creative flow?
I feel like I kind of use more isolation in my movements. Like before, I was just really like rushing from one move to another, but now I've started to like slow down and kind of like exaggerate more on like the smaller movements.
That is incredible. Thank you, Jenny.
Blanca, do you want to tell us about your experience at the workshops?
Yeah, my name is Lana, and I found the workshops unlike anything I've ever done before. I usually do modern contemporary, and Matt and Jack's style is just so out of this world. Even on a replay, when you see everyone else doing it, it's on a whole other level, and the atmosphere is just so easy.
And how did you feel about working online? Was it harder than being in a studio?
Definitely, yeah, because when you're in the studio, like you have that personal connection with the choreographer. Not that we didn't have that, like not really after amazing to the entire process, but it was definitely a bit weird at the time.
Exactly, yeah. Louise?
Amazing. So let's move on to Diego, is it? Can we hear about your experience with the workshop? And so introduce yourself, let us know how it was for you.
Hi, my name is Diego and I'm from Ballet Barn Youth Dance Company in Carlow. And the workshops were really enjoyable. I think they proved to me that my comfort zones were broken because I typically dance ballet. So to experience these new things through different styles of movement was incredible.
Amazing. And did you find that it helped you with the new style, or was the new style something like completely new for you? Like, did it help?
It was completely different for me, but I think now I have a different perspective on different styles of dance. Like say for ballet, your arm work dominates expressing your feeling through the movement, whereas with this style, it's more focused on face and like facial expressions. So I think that can be incorporated into my style of dance for people.
Amazing. That's a really, really good observation. Thank you.
Elena, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your experiences?
Hi, I'm Elena. I'm from FYI Dance Club in Wicklow Town. I really enjoyed it.
And was this a new style of dancing to you and a new style of movement?
Yes, before I'd only done modern contemporary. I had never tried this sort of dance before.
And was it a way of expressing yourself?
Yes.
Amazing.
There was a lot of...
Sorry, say that?
Yes, there was a lot of energy.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for chatting, guys. We'll talk to you again shortly. Thank you.
In the next video clip, you will see bits from the workshops we did over the past few weeks with Matt and Jack from Human Collective.
But what's really interesting at times is actually just trying to think of different ways, just like last week we played with textures and speed, mix the movement. Does that make sense, everybody?
Attract. One, praise. Now flick, and pull around. Stop. Right here. Down.
I've improved so much as a dancer. Matt and Jack were amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so we already watched that. So let's move on to the first film of our work that we are going to show you today. This film is titled Ripple Effect. The title came from a description during one of our workshops. This film takes us from indoors to the outside, to gardens, parks, the streets, and a forest. You'll see dancers alone, in duets, and a group searching for moments of freedom and release.
Asked, how does it feel to be in lockdown? As a starting point, creating and performing dances helped us to express feelings of being trapped, bored, and sometimes angry. Through making our films, we had to think creatively and use our imaginations. We hope you enjoy it. dancing. Impressive.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I was mesmerised the way they all fit perfectly together.
I know,
even
they
though
all
they're
flowed into each other.
perfectly. Okay, let's move on. So as part of Let's Dance, we wanted to offer everyone a chance to get up and dance and boogie and share a little bit of what we have been doing. So we created the Let's Dance Challenge.
This is a fun and easy way for you to get involved no matter where you are. You can show us your moves on TikTok or Instagram. Take a look at these videos and give it a try.
As part of Cruinniú, a day of creativity for young people in Ireland, taking place on June 12th.
We have a challenge for you to take part in, the Let's Dance Challenge. We want to see your moves. Take a look at our video and make your own. Then share it by tagging Dance Ireland and Creative Ireland. Check out our Instagram and TikTok.
So grab a friend
Grab some kicks
and head outside
and let's dance.
and let's dance.
Oh my god, amazing. I actually took part in the dance challenge and it was so fun. It only took a few minutes, but it was just so fun to just get up and get moving. So I think all of you at home should go do it.
Only takes a short amount of time. Give it a try.
Yes. So let's have a look at the submissions already.
I don't wanna come down, keep spinning me around there, around there, around there, around there, around there. Now seize the throne. What was you I don't wanna come down, keep spinning me around there, around there, around there, around there. Now seize the throne. What was I don't wanna come down, keep spinning me around there, around there, around there, around there. Now seize the throne. What was I don't wanna come down, keep spinning me around there, around there, around there, around there. Now seize the throne. What was
So much talent. They were so cool to watch.
Yeah, and it was amazing to see all the different styles from the different people. All right, let's move on. We were also encouraged to lead our own workshops to young people in our community.
Workshops were designed by young people for young people who for some experience leading dance for the first time.
Yeah, I actually am doing my workshop next week and I'm doing it with a couple of friends. We're doing it outdoors and we're going to take some of our non-dancey friends and teach them some of the amazing stuff we learned. I'm really excited.
Cool. I can't wait to see that. Okay, let's bring our host back and hear more about this part of Let's Dance. Okay, Jenny, do you want to tell us a bit about how your workshop went?
It went really well actually. I did it with my youth dance group because I really wanted just to teach them what I had been taught. So yeah, it went really well. It was so cool just to see them perform what I taught them at the end of it, and it was really cool.
Can I ask, did any boys participate in your workshop?
Yeah, one boy did. Yeah, he's part of our company, but he is so cool. It was amazing. Sorry.
Great. Because I know there's one or two boys only doing the Let's Dance. Reese?
All right, let's move on to Elena. Will you tell us a bit about, where you did your workshop, with who, how did it go?
I did my workshop in school. I asked some of my friends would they do it with me, and all of them said yes. They were really excited to do it. We did it after PE in the yard.
Amazing. It's definitely a nice treat. So did you get any feedback from them? What were their thoughts of what you've been learning?
Yes, I made 2 questions for them. What was their favourite part of the workshop and why? And the feedback I got back from them was really lovely. They said things like they really enjoyed being taught by someone their age, and they enjoyed having just fun with their friends.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Take it away.
Diego, do you want to tell us a bit about how your workshop went?
outside at our ballet school, and we did it in the car park and in the garden area where everyone was socially distant. And we got some really good feedback as well. We were told that people really enjoyed doing the workshop with people the same age as them, and that there was a bit of humour incorporated and some storylines to improve the step patterns, and they really enjoyed that.
And did you prefer sharing your knowledge of dance and your techniques with people, or do you prefer being on the receiving end?
I really enjoyed giving the workshop actually. It's the first time I've ever done something like that, and I think I would consider doing it again in the future.
Wow.
I'd be at the teacher end.
That's amazing, thank you. And Blonid, let's hear about your workshop. How did it go? Where was it? Tell us all the details, please.
It was so great. There were 3 other choreographers that are also in my dance group that did the piece with me. We were split into 2s and we were told to choreograph with each other, and we taught it to the group afterwards. So we did ours in Fitzgerald Park in Cork, and we of course had a bunch of spectators because it's quite weird to see a group of teens dancing in the middle of that. So we chose a piece of music, we all contributed to it. So it was more of a group effort rather than just one person. But I think that's what made it more special.
Yeah, I love that. And you said it was a group effort. We saw some of the clips. It looked so fun. I wish I was there. Do you think you'll teach more in groups or even maybe solo in future, or lead those workshops?
That was the first time I had ever led anything, even teaching anything to our youth dance group at all. So I'm definitely excited to do more of that, yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, we have really enjoyed working with Human Collective on this project and wanted to learn more about their work as professional dancers.
So Isabel, Quiva, Sarah and Anna interviewed Matt and Jack. So let's hear about more when they were introduced to dancing and what keeps them motivated.
Walk on top for the mob, walk on the night, as a part of black, part of black. Right in the Mac, walk on the day. Walk on top for the mob, walk on the night, as a part of black, part of black. Right in the Mac, walk on the day. Walk on top for the mob, walk on the night. What a bag, what a car, what a put up. What a team, what a pop, what a wild. What a toe, what a tie, what a put up. I'm gonna put that on, put it down. As a part of black, part of black. Put a ball, wait up in the Mac, got a walk on the lid. Walk on the top for the mob, walk on the neck. As a part of black, what a car, what a put up. What a team, what a pop, what a wild. What a toe, what a tie, what a put up. I'm gonna put that on, put it down. Yeah, I'm on them, what out of the city, that I want the time to that time. Give another time to my patata. Set another time to that bar. I got honey on my blood. I'm not allowed to the
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm from New Moon Youth Dance Company in Cork.
And I'm Sarah, and I'm also from New Moon Dance Studio in Cork.
Hi, I'm Isabel, and I'm with DYDC in Dublin.
Hi, I'm Quiva, and I'm from GRDA in Galway. Okay, so Elizabeth, you in Dublin, asked what age were you when you started dancing?
Yeah, I guess officially I was maybe like 11. I did like a year at a dance school because my mum thought I was just a bit too giddy to be at home. I don't know, whenever Moonwalker came out, because my brother was watching Michael Jackson videos and trying to copy it, and I was just kind of hiding in the corner trying to copy my brother, copy Michael Jackson. How about you? The third version. Yeah, you know, yeah. Third version of the Moonwalk.
When it comes to me, my parents always told me I was spinning on my bum on every single discotheque they were going to, and they used to love dance. So dance was something present in my parents' life. Therefore, I think became in mine. But the first, I suppose, education in dance was through ballroom, and that was at the age of, I believe, 8 or 9. And it was because there was a girl that I really fancied in that class, and I really wanted to go. So there wasn't dance as such, but then the dance became something that I really, really enjoyed after. So I discovered a second love through that, I suppose.
Hi, so this question's from Genevieve Ryan Dance Academy and also from Anna from New Moon Youth Dance Company. Did you experience any negativity towards you as boys learning to dance?
Nothing really negative, but there's kind of those subtle little jokes, you know, the kind of those cultural, social jokes that you get of like lads kind of just asking silly questions about your dancing and kind of talking about it in a daft way. But, you know, as challenging as that is, you kind of just take it on the chin and stand your ground. And then after a while, they kind of get bored of the joke and they end up becoming interested, you know.
See, for me, the first dance that I fell in love with was breaking. And because of the music videos that I used to see, like Music Instructor, and then some of the power moves that those guys were doing were so incredible to me that I just felt like to know this is to like be a superhuman. So therefore, I think in this realm of dance, there's not that much prejudice. I think it's still considered quite cool by most of the people. But when you ask that question, that's kind of interesting because I started saying that the first dance I did was ballroom. And you're right, there wasn't much pride about it as such, or being vocal amongst other peers, you know. It was something that I just kind of kept it to myself, and I did enjoy it quietly. It was more when breaking came around when I really went out with it, and I started organizing events and gathering people that wanted to learn of me or of the videos, and kind of build a group of people that were really about it. People in my town really enjoyed it too, so that to me was much easier, I suppose, much more acceptable dance for boys, I suppose. So I haven't had that prejudice against me. I only heard it here, actually, in Ireland when I came in, and then I started hearing that it's not so okay for boys to dance. It's not really so huge in Ireland, and I was kind of like surprised and taken by it. But I personally haven't experienced it.
The next question is from Aisling from FYI Dance Company in Kildare and Freya from ITW in Dublin. And they ask, where does all your energy and enthusiasm come from?
Interaction with people, like with you guys, the way you guys took workshops as well, like that was incredible. You know, we are fed up of Zoom, but at the same time, seeing people's reactions and so many people on the screen and so many different reactions, and you can still kind of gain that energy, and it feeds our creative purpose. The playfulness of training, of waking up and playing with something else. Like, I think as a dancers, we really open to all types of movement. Like Jack is trying capoeira, we're doing juggling, martial arts, circus. There's so many different elements that we're trying to kind of tap into. And why? Because that kind of wakes up our own creativity and thinking what we already have and what we don't know, and is there any way of merging this and learn a bit of that, or even more maybe, and create something that you can put into methodology of sharing with others, for example.
So our next question is from Jennifer Dowling from the Limerick Youth Dance Company. And she's asking, how did you find which style of dance was for you?
I to be honest, I keep on swapping styles. I started off breaking. I did breaking for 5 years, kept the elements of it, and I liked. It's like riding a bike with certain things. You just go back to it and you know how to do it. But then I was like, hip hop, house actually. House was something that I was really interested in because it has a lot of different footwork patterns and was good stamina training, because in house it's very important think about it like it's a clubbing style. Therefore, when you go there, you dance more than 5 minutes. You dance for about hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's when your body kind of explores. Being warmed up has so many levels, you know. So you really kind of get another bunch of information from that. Then from that, I started doing crump, you know, and there's a lot of about language and communication in crump, control, isolation. House is kind of the style I identify with now, and that's gone in and out. You know, there's been times that I've been like, I think there's no more I can do with this style, like, you know, and then there's times that I've been like, oh my god, like I was so ignorant to actually what you can do. But like I found house, or it found me, I don't know, but because I was going to do some popping training, you know, like I'd taken house classes and different style classes, but I was never like, whoa, there's something mad about this. I just liked it, you know. But it wasn't until kind of one moment when I was training with some people doing popping, and before that they had a house session, so I got to sit in and watch some of the guys doing it, and I was like, whoa. And then in that same kind of week, there was also some events happening, including going to the club environment and actually seeing a live DJ. And I think that gave me like a whole nother level of, I guess, attachment and interest, because it was not just like I'm doing the moves of what it is, but I'm actually seeing and feeling something that's really communal, you know, and that's always been an element of dance I've loved.
Yeah, so the next question is from Diaga from Ballet Bar and Youth Dance, and she asks, what in your opinion are the most important traits a dancer should have?
Resilience. Yeah. Good with doing your taxes.
Patience.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to be a good student first and foremost, like have a growth mindset, because it's just going to keep going and 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 keep going, hopefully. Do you know, like it's never just like, sweet, I'm going to in 2 years' time make the greatest dance piece ever. Everyone's going to love my solo and I'll have made it, you know, like there's always another step in terms of like collaboration or learning new skills or new ideas, and it's going to keep evolving and evolving, and the best thing you can do is adapt. And the best way to adapt, as Matt was saying, like the resilience there, be patient, because everyone's trying to figure it out, no one's got it sorted out, and just be willing to learn, you know, be willing to kind of take that feedback, do what you can that day, get up the next day and then crack on with it again.
Don't be hard on yourself as well. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because I think there's many people like that can on your journey to dance and your training kind of crush your dreams in a way, you know. So don't let people crush your dreams. You might have a different avenue, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that comparison of a fish trying to climb a tree, you know. Not everyone is the same type of dancer, not everyone has the same type of body, but if you have it in you and if you want to do it, you can do it. So just don't be hard on yourself and find your thing. What is your dance, you know, your avenue.
Thank you so much. It was really good talking to you and hearing what you had to say.
Thank you so much for having us and asking all brilliant questions.
Oh, really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Wow, that was incredible. It was great to hear from the people we've been learning for a few weeks, to hear their journey and some really great advice for us. Thank you guys.
Just their presence and how creative they are with their movements really inspires me. And during our workshops that we did, we were encouraged to be creative with our dancing and trying new things.
Yeah, we had to try new things, like making our own new performances, which was a bit overwhelming, but we had great mentors. Cleona, I know you did yours outside, so why did you make that choice?
I felt that when you're in lockdown, which is obviously the global situation at the moment, it's a really enclosed feeling. So when now I did mine in my back garden, which wasn't that big of a show, but just being outside kind of got rid of that feeling of being enclosed. How did you do yours?
I actually used a lot of props, and the reason I chose my little umbrella was because I saw it and I said, I really want to put that in my thing. And it was an umbrella that I had in my childhood that I hit my brothers on the head with all the time. And it was just a great memory. So I wanted to put that in my piece because during lockdown, like a lot of people, I dug into a lot of my childhood interests and hobbies. And I wanted to kind of have a little symbolism in there. So we are now joined by our remote hosts, Elena, Blonid, Diego, and Jenny. So let's hear from you. What fuels your creativity? What inspires you? What inspired your piece? Let's hear from Jenny first, because yours was in a forest, and I remember you saying that you learned a lot about, taking time to be still, and we saw that in the clips.
Yeah, so I kind of feel like, again, with when in pandemic we're really like inside a lot because we couldn't go outside, and I really wanted to portray like the isolation from that, but also being outside. So I feel like the forest, kind of, you're still in your own world and you're still isolated. And from the isolation, I kind of took that in with the isolation of the body that we learned from Matt and Jack, and I really just like kind of put that all together.
Incredible! I love the double meaning. And how did you find that forest? What, like, did you just stumble upon it, or like, why did you choose there?
So before the pandemic and everything, my friends and I decided we wanted to go to the forest to climb trees and stuff. And in the exact location that I filmed it, my friend kind of fell off the tree. So we kind of really enjoyed that, because I feel like in the pandemic we're all like just always thinking about what had happened beforehand. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That was so interesting.
Very interesting response. Elena, do you want to tell us a bit about what fuels your creativity or what motivates you to dance? Is there kind of like a nice feeling, or you feel energetic when you dance?
Yeah, well, when I like listening to music in my bedroom, so when I put on a song that I like, or that kind of reminds me of something, I like to just get up and dance to it.
Amazing. And sorry, I'll just put in there, Elena, I loved the background of your dance. I saw you in the videos. So can you tell us about that location? Why did you choose it?
Well, when I was looking over some of the videos from my dance teacher Zoe and from Matt and Jack's videos, just to get ideas for moves, I saw that in Matt and Jack's videos, they videoed their dances mostly on the streets, and there was a lot of graffiti there. So I decided that's where I wanted to do mine. There's a very popular walk down by the sea, and I decided to do it in that car park because there's a big wall of graffiti there.
Incredible, thank you. And we'll move on to Diego. Tell us about your piece, your project. How did you come to it? Was there anything that inspired you? Was there anything that was difficult about it?
Yeah, it was very challenging considering that I usually dance ballet, that it was completely new style to me. But I said I just incorporate the same mindset that I do when I always take dance class. Just let myself free, let all my problems go and play the music. Because I think some people are scared of using dance as a brilliant experience, and they see it as a task rather than creative expression of the cooking. And I try to incorporate that into my final piece.
That is incredible. I love that knowledge, that wisdom that you just imparted on us. And what was your favourite part about making your piece? Diego.
I think it was that I got to get outside, and I was like, as everyone was saying, everyone felt so isolated inside, and I filmed my piece at the sea, so I got to have a little trip to film it, as well as the feeling of being at the beach. It made me really happy, and then I into it.
That just warmed my heart a little bit.
Val, do you want to tell us a bit about what fuels your creativity and what motivates you?
I think almost watching other people perform, for me, is just such a nice experience to just see how other people express themselves, and just their expressions. And during workshops especially, you see all of these little squares with people just doing their own thing, and it was just so powerful to watch. But when I was somewhat creating my final performance, I just kept thinking about my feelings during the lockdown and how I felt so trapped. And then when we finally did get to go back out, even if it was just for school, it was like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders.
Okay, and how did you use that motivation and that you were finally let out in your final piece? Where did you do it?
I actually had exams, so I actually mine in my own home. So it was almost like a test of fate, seeing if the couch was enough, if I tried to roll over it or skip in things like that using my house as a prop. But even all my memories there kind of just played into my choreography as well.
It's creative, very creative. How you can put so much meaning just being in your own home. Okay, let's take a look behind the scenes of a few of our fellow dancers' pieces.
First of all, lockdown is unpredictable, and this is kind of based around lockdown and stuff. And also, Matt and Jack have been so reassuring, as in you don't have to let the music control you. You do the movements that feel interesting and feel good and look interesting. Don't let the music control you, which I think is so cool. And with that wonderful mindset, I'm going to go out, have some fun in the sun, and get this filmed.
So, we're on the shaky bridge in Cork, but people keep crossing, so
we're actually kind of busy now.
Yeah, it's busy as we're waiting for people to move so that we can film our final performances. But
we are here in Cork filming in Fitzgerald's Park. We're having lots of fun, even though we're getting a few stares and it's a bit awkward.
And we're doing it all for a film that's going to be shown at Cruinniú on June 12th.
Let's dance!
Okay, so I'm in the park. I'm trying to find a kind of empty-ish spot to film my outdoor bit for the final cut, and I'm so excited. Small FYI, it feels really weird to be filming yourself in public where people might know you, but you know what? We're gonna get over it. This has done wonders for my confidence, my love for dance, and I found you can just literally mix all types of dance if you want to.
So we are filming Sage's piece for Cruinniú, and Val is trying to get some good shots up in a tree. But of course we're all social distance. Literally just gotten home after a day of filming with my friends in Cork City, and I had the best time ever. I'm exhausted now. My dog is inside waiting for me to come home, but yeah, it was really fun just to dance and be outside in the fresh air and have people stare at you awkwardly. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, looking forward to seeing the finished films on June 12th for Cruinniú.
Clarice, lovely mindset. Okay, we are now going to present our second film, the one you've all been waiting for, After the Storm. This film is set to the same music created especially for us by composer Szczerek, who goes by the name Ketchup.
This film invites the viewer to take a different perspective. We dance over bridges and under them, like the shaky bridge, on country roads and by the mighty sea. We are strong and we are resilient, and the film is hopeful for a brighter future. We hope you enjoy it. Wow, I genuinely got goosebumps watching that, and I loved how all the videos were after the storm, so the sun was out and I feel so hopeful and excited.
And now it's so amazing to see what all of our hard work has been working towards. And that concludes the Let's Dance live stream event. We would like to say thank you to theatremaker.ie and Access Ballymun for having us here today at the theatremaker.ie studio. We would also like to give a massive thank you to Matt and Jack from Human Collective, to the youth dance leaders around the country and for their support.
And thank you to Creative Ireland, Dance Ireland and the Let's Dance team. And a very, very, very special thanks to all of our wonderful participants who took part. You were fabulous.
So wonderful.
I am Clarice.
I am Cleena.
Thank you for tuning in. Woo!